Well, this might be the latest I've done one of my little videos, although it is only video number 11, I think. It's about 9:30, and it has been a long, full day. I feel really happy. It's pretty late at night to feel so amped up, I guess. That's a whole nother topic, I suppose. But I've had a good day, and busy day. I've been in my office all day, but it's been therapy clients and supervision for social workers I work with, and making phone calls and checking things off my list, and taking a couple of walks in the middle of the day just to kind of, change my mind around, and of course listen to music for those. Um, and I went to a weightlifting class, which I love to do. If anybody's watching this, you're going to see me with wet hair, and I'm basically in my pajamas with no makeup, which is just fine with me. And so, yeah, I've been just kind of running, but it feels very, very good to me right now. One thing that I was thinking of was that right after I did yesterday's video, I went and met a friend for a happy hour. And the friend I met is somebody I don't get to see very often, but she is just a dynamic, creative, beautiful woman who is just a survivor. I just really love being in her presence. And it had me thinking when I went to write in my journal last night, as I said I was going to do, I wrote about gratitude. And I was grateful for her and for her energy. And today I had kind of a different, kind of a flip side thought when I was walking around, when I was taking one of my little walks. I was thinking about the energy that I put into people. And of course, we all have to decide where we're going to put our energy, and in particular with the people in our lives. And that's often a conscious decision for a lot of us. Where am I going to put my energy? I'm busy. I'm challenging myself with so many different things right now that I have to be really conscious of how I want to spend my time. And even things like these videos, actually, as much as they may take a little time, they're helping keep me on track. And I had an experience today that was a reminder of I don't want to put energy into people who don't put it back necessarily consistently. And so as we do, we just have to make decisions about where we're going to do that. So that was a little lesson for me, of appreciating the energy with the people who really kind of have that give and take. And there's some kind of symbiosis there, if you will. And then also realizing there are people that I probably ought not to be putting as much energy into, because I'm not getting as much out of it. And that's a healthy decision. Doesn't mean I don't like or love them just as much, but that was kind of my insight for the day. And so that's where I am. And I think I've been on a little bit of a sleep hygiene kick. I talk a lot about sleep hygiene in my office for a number of reasons. And as I've mentioned in my earlier videos, the last few days my brain has been doing a lot of work. So maybe that's why I'm thinking about it as much as I am. But I think tonight what I'm going to do, when I was in my weightlifting class, I was thinking maybe it would be good to do just a quick body scan. And body scans are actually not very quick. So, take that as you will if you're watching this. But body scans can be really helpful just to kind of ground yourself, to look for tension in your body, which is really helpful because, of course, we carry a lot of tension around, and some of us tend to carry it in the same places. So I'm going to do tonight a body scan exercise. And I think I'll start repeating myself every time. Please, you're welcome to put your computer down and get yourself in a comfortable position. I talk about sleep hygiene and body scans because body scans can be one of those exercises that are really helpful for a lot of people to get back to sleep and to refocus your brain away from whatever it is that's twirling around in there. So body scans can be really good, and they can be really long. I'm going to try to kind of go through this one sort of briefly, just as like a demonstration. And then, if anybody's watching this, you can do it at home on your own pace, taking your time. And before I do my meditation, I'm going to recommend a song. When I was on one of my walks and I was thinking about energy and people, and feeling really good, I was listening to Lakey Lee, who is a Swedish songwriter, and she has a famous song which is called "I Follow Rivers," and it's just been covered by a number of other bands, including another fave of mine, Jason Isbell, has done a great cover of that song. But I like the original version, which is Leaky Lee's, and I'm going to post that on my Spotify playlist and on YouTube because it's just kind of about, as the name implies, like just going on your own path and deciding kind of where you want to put your energy in a way. So it just kind of spoke to me today when I was having those very thoughts. I was listening to that song among others, and so it just fit. So that's my song. I'm going to get comfortable and I'm going to lead a body scan. As I do, I'm not necessarily going to do it. I'm not going to kind of tune out, but I'm going to lead it with, kind of playing along here. I'll just mention before I start that body scans are really basic. You can also do different kinds of, a different version of this, which is actually tensing and relaxing the same kind of muscle groups. But this is actually just to become aware of them and see where you're carrying tension. So I'll do this seated, but these are actually kind of cool to do laying down if you can get yourself in that position, but you certainly don't have to. You can be seated just like with all these other meditations, and you can do this, like little versions of it, anywhere. And once you get to know where you carry your tension, you can just choose one or two, maybe three body parts to focus on. You don't have to do the whole thing, but we're going to do the whole thing. So first thing, of course, get yourself grounded wherever you are, laying down, sitting. You can also, of course, sit on the floor cross-legged, which can be really nice. That is definitely not the official yoga term for that, but I'm going to sit. And of course, start with your breath. Just feel it. Sit up as straight as you can. Hold your spine upright. Feel the strength that your spine gives you leading down into your chair. Feel the chair underneath your legs, the floor underneath your feet. Or if you're laying down, just feel that mattress or whatever, the floor underneath you, which is always really nice. Just feel yourself being supported physically as you start this exercise. As much as you can during this, breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. Close your eyes if you're comfortable doing that. If you're not, just soften your gaze, soften your focus. If you want to release some tension, just feel free to exhale loudly as much as you can, wherever you might be, whatever feels right. Loosen your hands, let them just lay slack. And we're going to do a body scan. We're going to start from the top of your body and go down to your toes. And the goal of this exercise is just to look for tension. Where is it? Right now in your body. And of course, when you identify that tension, if you take more time with this exercise, the goal would be for you to breathe there like we do in soft belly and just release that tension. Focus on that spot and then move down to another and just see. So we're going to start with the top of our head, our scalp. Just kind of see what you feel right now. As you close your eyes, see if you can even identify the sensation that you have at the top of your head. What does that feel like to you? Maybe you have a fan on and you feel a little bit of a breeze there. Maybe you can even feel your hair sitting against your scalp. See if you feel any tension in your scalp. Maybe even toward the back of your scalp where you've got some muscles back here, back that hold some tension. Move down to your forehead and your jaws. So many of us carry tension right in those two places. We walk around with our jaws really tight, our tongues like pressed up against the back of our teeth or our palate, our forehead really kind of tense. So as you focus on that part of your body, just become aware of the sensations in your face and your jaw and see if you can just release any tension that you might find there. Let your jaw hang slack. You can even let your mouth go open and just let it all go. Release your tongue. Soften the skin, the muscles on your forehead, and just breathe. Next, we're going to go to the neck and shoulders, another really broad body part that does tend to carry tension for a lot of us. See if you can identify any tension there in your muscles of your neck, back of your neck, sides of your neck. You can move your head a little bit just to see what it feels like. Feel your shoulders, move them. Are you carrying any tension there right now? If so, with every exhale, see if you can just let those parts of your body get a little softer, a little bit looser. They're still going to be supported by all that strength that you carry or in your core and your spine. See if you can just let them hang. Next, let's focus on the chest and the top of the back. You can do those separately, of course. I'm trying to kind of go through this a little bit quicker than usual. One really great way to release tension in your chest is just to open it. Just a little. Put your shoulders back like you're just trying to spread your heart open to the room. It's a great way to identify if you have tension in your chest. And of course, breathing down deeply into the bottom of your lungs will also help release the tension that might be sitting in your chest. And what about your back, your shoulder blades? Kind of that part of you that you don't really think about very often, but might very well be carrying around some tension as you go about your day or night. As you breathe, if you find any tension in your chest, your back, just see if you can let it get a little looser with every exhale. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth, and let some of that go. Next, we're going to go to your core, your belly. We've done soft belly in here, a very foundational relaxation exercise that is, and it's foundational for a reason. Everything is in our core. We need a strong core, but we also need to relax that core when it's time for us to do that. So just breathing down into that part of your body and just doing a little bit soft belly visualization, just imagining that part of you getting a little bit softer, a little bit less tight with every exhale. See if you can identify your diaphragm muscle. Of course, you need that to breathe, but you don't need it to sit and just be tight and tense, because what that does is it keeps you from utilizing the fullness of your lungs when it's sitting there just taut. So if you find that that part of you is tense, just see if you can envision what those might look like inside of you, and just envision them getting a tiny bit softer with every breath. Next is the part of your legs, the upper part of your legs. A lot of us carry tension right in the tops of our thighs, the muscle group up there that also is very important for our ambulation. But it's a great part to focus on for relaxation because it's a big muscle group. If you can envision that part of you just gelling and getting soft into whatever is supporting you underneath, that can feel really powerfully relaxing. You can take it down to your knees, your calves. See if you can identify any part of your legs where you're holding tension. Can't forget our backsides, right? Our derrieres, our booties, whatever we want to call them. That's another part of this that's often joked about, but there's muscles there too, and they can be tense. Let's see if you can find tension there and just, again, let the chair or the bed underneath you support you as you relax those parts of your legs that have tension. maybe even your ankles. Just move them around a little bit. Move your toes, feel your fingers. That was such a basic body scan, but if you found a part of your body where you really could find some tension, I want you to just circle back on that and just sit and visualize that part of you getting softer. Or open your chest and just relax that part of your body. Soften your face. Let your jaw hang. And maybe take this as something you can use when you really know that you're feeling tense or things are stressful or you're trying to get back to sleep. So that's a body scan, and like I said, I thought of that because I was working out many of these muscles tonight, and a body scan is one of those things that can help me after a workout too. So that's what I'm going to do tonight is my mind-body skill practice. And I'm not going to listen to Leaky Lead now because it's a little bit upbeat for the end of my night, but I recommend it and I'll put it on my playlists. Have a great night.